Did you know that more than 10% of children in schools, that's more than 5.2 million children in US schools today, are non-native English language learning students? And more than half of their parents struggle to connect with their teachers due to language barriers. And as a parent myself, it's obvious how this can have very adverse effects on the child's education. And there's something no parent wants more than to be able to provide the level of education that they possibly could not have had in their home country for their children and for the future of their community. Hi, my name is Jason Ellinger. I'm the CEO of Taika Translations, and today we're tackling one of education's and parents' biggest challenges, and that is bridging the gap between parents and teachers and their communities around non-native English-speaking members of their community, and more importantly, their schools and child's education. By the end of this video, you'll have practical steps as to how to solve that issue for good and make sure that every parent and child in your school is connected and every teacher can communicate the vital information they need across your school and to the parents, helping each school district and household succeed. That way, we can all create a communicative and educational environment where every parent feels heard, the child feels understood, and the teachers can communicate the incredible wisdom and guidance that they have across the language barrier. The current reality is that 82% of schools report that they serve at least one per classroom English language learner in their school. And more than half of the teachers in those classrooms express real concerns about the children's performance and their personal ability to connect with students in their school, leaving some students behind simply because there is a communication gap that they cannot bridge. The impacts on this are vast. The child struggles to get and retain the information from the teacher. The teacher struggles every day when they're trying to teach this child. And then when they have to communicate with the parents messages relating to the child's education, they struggle to understand the cultural norms, the values, and how they view education and how the child can understand. And this is a massive problem. And so many children struggle from this today. And if you're a teacher or administrator in a school, you have the power to fix that and to fix it for good for your entire district. Before I get to the solution, please like and subscribe to this video. I would really appreciate it. It helps me to know that this type of content is valuable and that it helps somebody out there in the marketplace. So if you're a school administrator or a teacher out there and you're working through this issue of language barriers between parents, teachers, and students, I would urge you to go to our website at www.taikatranslations.com and see how we can help you to implement a program into your school that will help you not only connect, but understand the cultural norms and really and truly be able to deliver the information and the wisdom that you need to the children and the parents so that everybody can be included in the process of each child's education. As you work to implement this service into your school, there's a couple services that you should consider. One is real-time interpretation for parent-teacher conferences. And this could include anyone from the medical staff, administrative staff, or the teacher conferences where they get on a one-on-one call with an online interpreter who you can actually see on a screen and communicate your messages to. In addition to that, they can help you understand the cultural norms of the parents and teachers and how their culture and community views education, helping you understand how you can deliver the information or the correction that you have in a more applicable way that's culturally sensitive, as well as in a tone that is respectful and addresses the need of both the child and the parent. The second vital service for a school to have in place is document communication coming and going to the parent and sometimes to the student from the school. This way, everyone feels included in the process of helping this child move forward in their new environment together. So some digital tools that you have access to when you work with Taika Translations is immediate access within seconds to interpreters. Just this last week, someone called into my project management team after work hours asking about an ad hoc emergency communication situation that they had between students and a parent. And they had to get the information across right away because they're in a dire situation. And within minutes, we had this person connected to the interpreter they needed in the Burmese language, and they were able to deliver the communication necessary, ultimately keeping the child safe and accomplishing the goal of the school and their obligation to communicate the necessary information to the parents. That's just one small example of many examples out there where a situation arises and you need to get information out immediately and have a professional partner in place that you can just pick up the phone and have a real interpreter online that understands the norms and the nuances of this specific language, ready to deliver your message and help you communicate effectively. This bridges the gap between parents, teachers, and students, ultimately helping the child succeed. So at Taika Translations, we specialize in helping schools set up their translation needs for regular communication that goes out on a routine basis to all of their communities. We also work to set up parent-teacher communication, multilingual communication portals so that they can have access to the information they need at any given time. And we optimize the use of technology for two-way communication for all parties involved. So the next thing you should do is train your staff on how to communicate and how to work with new non-English speakers in your community. Because the way that we look at things here in America isn't the way that they look at it everywhere else in the world. And while the child is adapting to the American system, we have to bridge that gap both culturally and linguistically as they work through the process of integrating successfully into the new communities. We create inclusive environments that foster education, communication, and the feeling that every party involved wants the child to succeed. And we also recommend that you develop a multilingual resource center. Could be a room or some space in the school where you have documents accessible to parents that don't speak that language in multiple languages. This helps you and the students and the parents be able to communicate to each other without having to do a lot of extra work. Now, if you would like to break down the language barriers in your school, visit taikatranslations.com and you can schedule a free call with us where we'll go over how you can successfully implement a multilingual education program into your school, serving the children, the parents, and your entire community. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video for more educational solutions.